everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Rachel Langston. I'm an owner and craft educator here at Oak and Lamb. So today we're going to be discussing a lot of little tips and tricks to help you become confident in whatever area of crafting you're passionate about. The first thing I want you guys to know is not to discourage you. It's just to kind of let you know that it is going to be a process. And that is that you are not going to become confident overnight. I think you knew that, but I wanted to kind of reiterate that and let you guys know this is going to be a process that you're going to have to work towards, but when you get there, it is going to be incredible. I have been a full-time crafter for almost 7 years, and when I tell you that the very first couple of weeks and months that I was working with this machine, I was so nervous about just about every decision. After I turned it on, I was so indecisive. I had no self-confidence in my craft, in what I was passionate about, and I slowly developed that. And then it's kind of like you wake up one day and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, those things that used to scare me, those things that used to be so out of my comfort zone, I can not only use them and master them, but I can overcome them. I can continue to grow and to continue to gain more confidence through this craft or through another craft that you've tried. It's an incredible thing to become confident, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to be a beautiful journey. One way to ensure confidence as a crafter is to only make projects you are passionate about. Now, this is a big thing. This can really hinder a crafter from gaining their confidence if you are creating things that you don't enjoy. If you bought this Cricut solely for a business to make money, to sell things on Etsy, and you do that and you're fulfilling orders, but you realize the things you're making are not bringing you joy at all, and you're just getting more and more depressed and anxious because you don't have that self-confidence anyways, stop what you're doing. You should never purchase a Cricut thinking that you're going to make one thing before you've even started creating. That is a recipe for disaster. You can't go to the store and be like, hey Cricut, I want you just to put vinyl on mugs. Do not limit yourself before you've created with this machine, because there is so much that it can do, so many crafty areas it can unlock for you in your life and passions that it can unlock for you, and we don't want you to be hindered by one craft or one area of crafting that you're not even passionate about. So make sure that you're creating things that you love, creating things that bring you happiness, creating things that bring you joy, and that is going to be the most important thing ever to making sure that you gain your confidence, keep your confidence, and grow your confidence. If there is one thing you need to take from this video here, it is that knowledge is power, and it is so important for you guys to educate yourselves whenever you dive into a new area of crafting like a Cricut, or really any area of crafting. I keep referencing the Cricut because that is my preferred crafting technique. That's my realm that I absolutely love. But this training, this teaching here in this video can apply to any area of crafting that you love. But that being said, it is so important to know that you have to educate yourself. Nobody can come in and just kind of plug the knowledge into your head. You have to go, you have to dig for it, you have to get it. It is a wild ride. It's scary. It can seem intimidating, but you have to start somewhere. You've got to do it. Nothing breaks a confidence down more than getting into something that you are completely uneducated about. That is an issue specifically with Cricut machines as well. That's why Oak and Lamb is here in the Cricut realm, is because you can get your Cricut, you can open it up, you can set it up, and that's it. There is no training on how to use the machine, crafts you can create with the machine. That is why we're here. We pick up where Cricut is left off, and we give you guys the education so you're not buying these machines and opening them up and being terrified. We hear it all the time. I bought my Cricut 2 years ago, I opened it, I got scared, I left it sitting, and it has been sitting and collecting dust because I don't know where to start. Let us help you at Oak and Lamb. We can help you start. Click the very first link down below. We do have a really great coupon code for you that you can get your very first month with us for a great discount. So knowledge is power. Dig in. Make sure that you are educating yourself. If you want to go down to the basics, go down to the basics. If you already know a little bit about the machine, make sure that you are educating yourself in the ways that you need. Don't start learning how to paper craft on this if you have no intention of paper crafting on this. That is going to really make you guys too confused and it's going to overcomplicate things. Learn a project at a time if that's how you want to do it. So take your Cricut, knowledge is power, dig in. And this goes for anything. Forget Cricut. If you're wanting to learn screen printing, dive into screen printing videos. If you want to learn how to laser cut, dive into videos about your laser cutter. Use it wisely. I mean, there is so much knowledge out there in the world, and we want to make sure that you guys soak it all in as best you can. We actually recommend trying to get a lot of knowledge about your craft before you even start. So when we have people that purchase Cricuts, we say go ahead, dig into some videos, look at some great trainings before you even receive it in the mail, because that alone is going to give you confidence to be able to open it up, because you already know some of how to work it, how to use it, things like that. So again, guys, knowledge is power. Dig into whatever area you're about to start crafting with and see what all you can learn. It's going to be a big game changer even before you start crafting. One thing that is definite across the board is that you need to invest in high quality products. Don't go to the dollar store. Don't go to a non-reputable source. You need to get good quality products when you're working with your Cricut or any other type of crafts. If you're painting, don't get crap paint brushes. You know, if you're doing sublimation, don't get really cheap bulk blanks from Amazon. Try them out. Make sure that you like them. Do some testing. Everyone is their own person. Everyone is their own crafter and has a unique and great preference as far as, you know, products go. So make sure you find yours. And that comes by researching, making sure the quality of the products that you're purchasing is high. You want a good high quality craft, so you want to start with the supplies, with the products that you purchase. A lot of the times beginner crafters can have lots of project fails that are not your fault. It is your material's fault. It's your product's fault. It's your supplies' fault. This is because you have not invested in high quality products to help aid you in becoming a successful crafter. Fails are rarely a crafter's fault. It usually has to do with something that they have purchased that's not really high quality. I hate to say that, but it's true. I can't tell you how many times we have had Cricut beginners reach out to us and say, I've tried to use my vinyl 100 times. It's me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not cut out for this. I'm putting my Cricut up. And we say, no, no, no. Tell us what products you're using. Tell us what brands you're using. And they tell us what brands, and then we just kind of hang our head and we're like, that is why. It is not you. You are a fantastic creative person. It's your material. Please don't purchase that, purchase this. And if you are interested in some Cricut products that we don't recommend and do recommend, I'll link a video up here. We do have a great resource for you. If you are wanting to get a Cricut and that's the crafty realm that you're passionate about, that video will help you a lot. Make sure that you don't overthink too much. This is something I was guilty of for months and months and months when I first started using my Cricut. Is I would second guess everything. If I would use a font or pair a font in Cricut Design Space with another one, I would say, that's ugly. I know it's ugly. Let me try again. I would pair fonts for hours because I would second guess myself that the font pairings were not what they should be. When I was trying to pick vinyl colors for a project, I would second guess myself for half of an hour trying to decide which colors went well together, which colors looked best on the blank I was using, and things like that. It was so daunting making little decisions like that when you're brand new because I would overthink them so much. Listen, guys, confidence comes with time. You cannot gain confidence overnight. It's a slow process. It happens by practice, and you practice by doing the craft that you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to, I mentioned earlier, if you're wanting to do screen printing, you know, you're going to be successful. You're going to gain confidence by trying it. You're going to gain confidence by having fails, by learning from your mistakes. That is how you grow confidence. And it's super easy to overthink things in the beginning, but I urge you to try not to do that, to go with your gut, your first instinct. Sit here and say, Rachel, you have two choices, black, white. Which is the first thing that pops in your mind? Which is going to look best with that? Boom, like black. Okay, let's go. That is the kind of internal battle you need to have with yourself when you're first starting out. You don't want to ponder and overthink to the point where you are wasting time and energy and frying your brain, and you're just going to leave your craft area and be exhausted and unmotivated to craft the next time if you overthink. So we really urge you, don't overthink if you possibly can. It's super easy to do, but trust your crafty gut and go with your gut. On that note, like I mentioned, there was a time when I would spend half an hour trying to pair together 2 colors of vinyl. Then you just wake up one day and you're using a project with 7 colors of vinyl that you've pulled out in 30 seconds and you're already cutting them, and it hits you. You're like, wow, you know, X amount of weeks ago or whatever, I was so, you know, discouraged about picking out a couple of vinyl colors. And here I am rocking this project. You know, practice makes perfect. Time goes on. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to you until it's just second nature, like the back of your hand. And that is what is magical about this confidence process. It is just that, it's a process. When you get there and you've made it, it is so worth it. You've heard me say it a couple times in this video already that practice makes perfect, but how can you practice if you don't carve out time? So make sure that you are carving out time to dedicate to your craft whenever you can. I would say at least once a week. Now I say that for the working busy mom who has barely any time to eat a sandwich. I understand. But if you have invested your time and your money into any type of crafting, you need to dedicate time to it as well to master it, to get your money's worth, to get your creative wheels turning, and to gain your confidence in that craft. It's so easy to buy a Cricut. If you buy a Cricut, it's really, really simple. Easy to do. Swipe of a credit card, enter in some information, boom, it shows up at your house. The hard part is dedicating your time to a machine like this to master it inside and out, to gain the confidence to create something new every single day. And the way that you can do that is by carving out time. Even if it's just 30 minutes a week to sit, shut your door, grab a glass of wine, you know, get a Netflix show going in the background and just dig into your machine and start to know it, start to understand it, become best friends with it. Grab all the knowledge you can from online and just do it. Create a project. Every single project you create gets you closer to a new technique or a new project or something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, something like that. So definitely make sure that you are putting aside time to dedicate to your craft. That is the only way that you're going to get confident, because practice makes perfect. Along with practice, I did mention it, but you have to get out of your comfort zone. My life motto that I am still working on, by the way, is you don't grow when you're comfortable. And that's true. If you stay in the same spot and do the same thing day in and day out, you are being super safe. You might be happy, but my thing is, you don't know if you would be happier out of your comfort zone, because you very well could be. It's super easy to stay where you are. It's super easy to stay comfortable and safe. And that's the easy way. But if you want to truly succeed and truly grow your confidence farther than you ever thought possible, push yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Once you master something, challenge yourself to master something else. Challenge yourself to make more of something you've made. Just create little challenges and things like that for yourself as a crafter that will just kind of up your game, up your confidence, up your quality, things like that. I mean, it's really fun to do. It can be scary, but listen, no one ever lived a really full life being super safe. Sometimes the most fun things in life are the most scary. By pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you might have discovered a crafting area that you absolutely fell in love with. One that comes to my mind is screen printing. I didn't think I would like it. It seemed really complicated and really scary to me, and I absolutely love it. It is so incredible. Becca, I'm sure, would say sublimation. That's something that seems daunting, seems expensive to start, but once you do it and you get out of your comfort zone and you take the leap and you dive in, it's absolutely incredible and super rewarding and super fun. A lot of crafting areas are like that. If you stay on the fence and you never do anything new and you never branch out, how exactly are you going to grow your confidence? So make sure that you get out of your comfort zone whenever possible. This one might be hard because it can hit really close to home with friends and family, but don't ever let anybody invalidate what you love to do. This is something that can be super hard. You have to know that your friends and family might not understand why you craft. For a lot of us, crafting is not about crafting. It is an escape. It is a release. It is like people going to therapy. Crafting is an outlet for a lot of us. It's a way that we can disconnect from the world and connect with ourselves and think deeply and let our creative juices flow and create something exceptional. And that is something that a lot of people don't understand. And sometimes you have to say, I'm sorry, I am dedicating time to my craft. This is me time. I want to master this. We're going to have to hang out later, or, you know, I'm sorry, I can't do that tonight, or something like that. Saying no to other people to say yes to yourself, you will never regret that. Don't ever let anybody invalidate what you do. Know that it's your passion, and don't let anybody make you feel bad for that. This is especially important for beginners, but never be afraid to ask for help or accept help from a knowledgeable crafter. There is a lot of crafters out there that we can all learn from. As I'm here creating this video right now, I know there are people out there way smarter than I am that have way better tips and tricks for you. And that is why I'm constantly knowing that I can always learn more. I can always, develop. I can always improve how I teach and how I train, because there's so much out there to learn. There's so much information to be soaked up in the crafting world. And if you have joined a group on Facebook, or if you found someone at Hobby Lobby in the same aisle and you just kind of chatted it up with them and they ended up being a pretty knowledgeable crafter, don't be afraid to ask for help or to accept help from someone who is knowledgeable. You will not believe what you could learn from 1 hour sitting down with somebody that knows what they're talking about in the crafty area that you're passionate about. Really, things that could be secondhand to them that they never even think about, when they do it, could be things that you've never even thought about before, things that you learn. I mean, honestly, you could be like a little sponge and just soak up so much. You never know until you try, and it is never something you would regret to try and learn from someone who is knowledgeable in their craft. And sometimes as crafters, we feel isolated, we feel alone, we feel like there's not a great community out there, especially if we don't go looking for it. And I have to urge you and tell you how important it is to find a community of like-minded crafters that can help you become better. Because one thing, if you're a visual learner like me as well, which a lot of crafters are visual learners, I am so inspired every day scrolling through Facebook, seeing other people's creations. It inspires me to be better. I learn a lot. I can look at a craft and say, oh my gosh, I love how so-and-so did that. I would have never thought about that. That kind of sparks some, interest in this, or that sparks some, inspiration to do this project. It is so inspiring to meet people, communicate with people, see people's projects, and just kind of interact with other crafters. And we here at Oak and Lamb have an incredible community of like-minded crafters in our private Facebook community called Oak and Lamb. If you guys are interested in it, in becoming a member of our flock, click the very first link down below. We do have a great code, YouTube, to get $10 off your very first month with us. We have hundreds of cut files with free commercial licensing, great member-only training for beginner crafters and seasoned crafters, no matter what area of crafting you are passionate about. And we have that Facebook community filled with amazing like-minded crafters that we adore. It is absolutely priceless. And this is your community. This is where you can come, be yourself, and make sure that you always are inspired, always growing, always gaining that confidence. We have some great fun craft challenges a couple of times a year with some criteria that really push you guys out of your comfort zone and challenge you to be better. You guys ask questions and post photos, and it is just an amazing community, and you would really benefit from being a part of it. If you would like to, like I said, click the very first link down below. It's so important to find a community that helps you express yourself through your passion. It's much different than just posting a photo on your regular Facebook and, hoping your friends and family might see it. One good example is a glitter tumbler. If you're using AB part resin, a glitter tumbler could take you 2 days to create sometimes. And posting that on your Facebook feed for your friends and family, that's great and all. And you might get some likes and some comments and things like that, but nobody knows how long that took you, how many steps that took you, the blood, sweat, and tears you put into that like other crafters. If you need advice, if you want to show some pictures of your amazing projects, if you want to connect with people in a way that you never have before, Oak and Lamb and our Facebook community is the place where you can do that. Post a picture and get praised because they know the blood, sweat, and tears that were poured into that project. If you have a question, you literally have hundreds of incredible crafters here to help educate you and for you to help educate them as well. People ask questions all the time about things that you might be extremely knowledgeable about, and you can help them gain confidence while you gain confidence as well. It is an incredible community. We love Oak and Lamb. We are so passionate about what we do, and we really hope that you join us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are watching this, you might be a crafter that wants to gain confidence, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Watching this video was a step in the right direction anyways, just kind of diving in like one of our points and educating yourself. This is a great way to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, click and subscribe down below and ring that bell to get notified when more content like this becomes available. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you another day for another video.